We went and got some new doors from the wrecker here because the bottoms of these ones on the driver's side are both rot out. We got all that body rot in there. It's just easier to replace the door, I feel, rather than try and fix that. And I'm not a body man either. It wouldn't be sensible for me to pay somebody the amount of money to fix that. So I'm just trying to fit and install this back door here, and I'm finding out that I'm having some problems. And what I found was to put some shims down in behind the hinges on the bottom and the top here. So what I did was I just set that with some temporary plate steel there just to set it up, and then line up the door, and then it'll close properly and it'll be lined up properly. Right now I'm in the shop building a spacer to put in behind the hinge here. Well, all I did was I just grabbed a piece of steel. It was the thickness that I needed for that shim and spacer, and then I just put it up against there and made my marks for what I needed to drill my holes in. We'll assemble that, and then we'll show you how that door closes. What I've done here is I've closed the door and kind of lined it up, and then now what I'll do is I'll tighten that top hinge where we put that shim or that spacer in. What I'm trying to achieve is kind of like a consistent gap all the way through when we get through here. So again, we're just trying to line it up, get it into position here. And then when we move down, I've got this loose right now. What I've done is I've closed the door and I've latched it there, tried to line everything up. Now that we've got that, now I can tighten this one down. And then as you can see, I just got my temporary metal in there. So I'm gonna remove this hinge next. I'm gonna build the shim or the spacer for that one. When you're removing this, these ones here off the door, they're 10 mil, and then these ones here are 13 mil. So you just disconnect it from the door, disconnect it from the jamb, bring it into the shop, find out what you need for a pattern to make your shim or your spacer, and then install. Here's the bottom hinge here with our spacer or shim, and again we just mark it out, make our holes as we need them, and then we'll go install that. This also, by the way, is just a little bit thicker than the other one. When I was mocking it up, I was putting material in there until I was satisfied that the door was lined up and true and everything like this. So this actually is a little bit thicker than the last shim we made. So we've adjusted the door here until it's lined up and closing good, but it still needs a little bit more tweaking if we want to be more fussy about things. But you can see where what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it off of this body line here, and I'm going to line it off of that body line there. Those are the two that you're going to notice. Those are the ones that you want to go off. People aren't really going to notice the bottom of the door as much as they will notice that portion of the door. When we get in here, you can see that we can open and close the door, and it opens and closes good, and it's lined up and it's not loose, and everything is good there. However, if we want to take a look, we still got to replace the driver's door because all that rust down there. But if we want to take a look in here, it looks like we got a bit of an excessive gap going on. But as I say, we have to change that door, and after we've changed that door, then we can do some final adjustments between the two of them to make sure everything's good. And for the adjustments here, what I did was I closed the door, and then once the door is closed and sitting where it kind of wants to be, then I can snug down my bolts here for both of these hinges. What I do is I loosen the inside one, because you got to get that one, and there's one in behind here down at the bottom there. You get those two there. I loosen those, and then I'm making my adjustments off of this one and these two down here. Here and here. Once I've snugged it down, then I open and close the door and see where it's at. If I want to make this gap consistent, or I want to adjust it if it's too big at the top and not enough at the bottom, or whatever the situation may be, I'm going to come in here with my blunt chisel, and I'm going to tweak either the top or the bottom to get that parallel alignment on the end of the door. Now if the gap is good all the way across, but it's either too little or too much, then I'm going to tap both of these to move it all that way or backwards. You're either going to tweak these hinges this way or this way to adjust your gap on the other side, or you're going to move it all in one motion, in or out. Again, with the striker, once you've achieved the door where you want it to be, you can loosen these two off, and then you can take this thing and you can turn it either this way or this way. It will go back and forward a little bit, but more of the adjustment is to either clock it like this or like this. And what you're doing there is you're either raising or lowering the striker bracket here. That striker bracket has to align with our actuator here once you've got it aligned. And sometimes, like, you take a look in there and it looks like maybe it's possibly too high, but you just got to operate the door, and if it's where it wants to be and it opens and closes really well, then that's where it wants to be. Personally, I take a look at that and it's kind of telling me that it wants to be lower at this moment. But we can close the door without slamming it, and it's closed and it's good. We've got both those doors on now, and now we have to do some more tweaking to make them match. They both open and close really well, but it's the gaps between the doors and stuff that seem to be a problem. Now, my understanding is we want to start from the back here, because this is the stationary metal. Like, this is fixed, right? The back of the vehicle is, these quarter panels are fixed. They can't be adjusted. So therefore we got to align that door to this, the front door to that, and then the fender to that. That should be the sequence. We worked at getting this gap all nice and lined up parallel all the way through, which worked out very well. I was happy with that. But when we end up putting the driver's door on, now we got too much gap there. So what we need to do is we need to even that out. If we take a look over here, this isn't so bad, but our fender, what we would do is we would adjust our fender for the gap here, and this would have to come out a little ways to match up to this here. No shims in behind these hinges back here, so this is as tight in as it'll go. That means that the fender has to come out to match this. What I would do is I would measure the width of the gap here. Then I would measure the width of the gap there, get our total, and then divide that by 2, and then we want to try and make it even here and here. Good news is this back door is good. We're satisfied with everything on the back door. All we got to do is push it that way to even up our 2 gaps here. This here actually doesn't look too bad, but this is a little bit higher. So what we would have to do is we're going to take off that fender when the time comes, and then we would tweak these 2 hinges here to bring that down. We'd take these 2 hinges here and we'd kind of go like this. So we'd bring that hinge in that way, this hinge out that way. Once we've got that tweaked, then we should have this body line matched here. We'd probably want to do that before we go adjusting our gap in here. So we'll make all the sheet metal match and then adjust for gaps after the fact. Now up in here's a little interesting. So again, this could come down, but this is bent over more. So it looks like this lip here, either this lip here would have to be adjusted or this lip here, both of them adjusted accordingly to make a match, or even just this one so it matches this way here. Going along the top here, it doesn't look too bad. All said and done, we got a couple of good doors from the wrecker there, got them installed. So we've fixed our body rot from the bottom of the doors that was down there. It was all rotten, and it was rotten again by the driver's side mirror. We'll see if we can't find a hatch, and then we don't have to worry about all this rot back here. This spot in here isn't pretty either. It's okay for now, but if we found another door, might as well change it too. The bottom of the door is good. On the passenger side, both these bottom of the doors are good, so that's not an issue there.